Hello, everybody. I hope we're all doing well today. Today, our session is to go through the PoP software. Now, please do let me know if you are unable to see my video, the screen that I am sharing, and if audio is working. If not, just let us know in the questions section. I'll fix that right up. We'll give it a few moments just for some others to join, and then we'll get started. For those of you that have just joined us, thank you so much for jumping in today. We'll get started shortly on our webinar for PoP. We'll just wait for a few more people to jump in. Please let me know if there is any issues hearing the audio or seeing the shared screen. That is a phone screen that says My Expenses on there. Brilliant. All right. So we'll jump in for today. Once again, thank you everybody for jumping in. We'd love to see it. For our session today, we will be going through your PoP application. That's proof of purchase as part of your Bright HR package. Okay. So just let me know if there is any issues seeing that shared screen there. That is the mobile application that I'm showing. Okay. So this is our PoP, your proof of purchase app, where we can go in to log any expenses or any mileage that needs to be tracked or reimbursed for the business. A fantastic tool for your accounting or even just to keep track of records. Through here, if anybody in the business has any expenses or mileage that we need to keep track of or mark as reimbursed, we can enter them through here as simply as a few clicks. For today, we'll be going through how to submit an expense, both receipt and mileage, how to approve any of those expenses, how to change your preferences in the system and customize your categories, as well as to export those expense records and access them on the desktop as well. So, as you can see on our screen here, I have quite a few expenses put in already. To add any others, again, whether a purchase or mileage, we simply click into the plus button at the bottom of the screen there, which gives us both options. From our main page, we have our menu at the top of the screen via those three little lines, where we can come in to access our approvals, preferences, any updates, some handy little info on getting started with the system and our privacy policy, as well as where you can log out. Back on this page, you can sort through by all expenses, the different tag groups things are sorted by, and the different categories. At the bottom of the screen, you have three options of in progress, completed, and feedback. So we're currently in progress. Completed, once again, we can sort through our categories, tags, or all. And in feedback, please do pop in any suggestions, anything you would like to see in the system, or anything you would like to see in the system, so that we can get working on those updates. All right, but what we're really here for, we'll click into that plus button at the bottom of the screen there. And firstly, we'll go in to add a receipt. On this page, yourselves and any employees, anyone you've given access and a login to the system, will be able to come in and track those records for you. So I can come in to attach a receipt first off, any documents, anything to do with that purchase. So I'm going to take a picture of this piece of paper next to me. But we can also choose from the gallery or a PDF file. And that attaches like so. Now you can add as many attachments as you need. We're then given a few options to fill out. First being our supplier. Let's say we're buying stationery. Say if it was a $100 purchase and we have $10 tax, we can go in to mark that at 110. We have our currency on the side there, which will also go in and show you how you can change in your preferences. The date of purchase, its category, tag group, and any notes. Now, the reason we have two ways to sort these is, for example, if you were purchasing this for an office, but you had multiple offices, or it was for a particular event. We can come in and select that as office supplies. So that will be sorted into our office supplies category. And then I can also tag it for, say, our Sydney office. Also fantastic if you are, say, in NDIS and it's for a particular client. Lastly, any notes. Naturally, it's always good to have a place to leave any notes relevant to this purchase, so we can always pop them in there. And submit. As I am in an admin account, that will be immediately approved. If you do not want them approved, or if you have accidentally put the wrong thing in, we can go in, find that one at the top here, click into the expense itself. We can go through there, or I can click on the three dots on the side. So you'll be able to message directly anybody who has put any of those expenses in. If I go into approvals, we can see mine isn't pending as I'm an admin and I've submitted it. If I click into approved, however, it's sitting just there under Officeworks. Move that to the top of the screen. From here, I can click in and revert to pending. So if any are accidentally approved or you do not want your own automatically approved, we can pop those in here and revert. So I'll say yes on that one. That alerts me that it's been reverted. And now when I pop back into pending, it's sitting here. As with any expenses that are submitted to you, you can come through, review the information, edit if required, and approve. You'll also see in here, of course, as well as the pending approved, we also have paid and declined, and the ability to filter. Alrighty. On top of that, of course, we also have our mileage entry. So we'll click back into that plus button again, go to mileage this time. Now this is run through Google Maps. We can come in to select our start location. That will locate that on the map for us. If we have any stops along the way, we can add those in here too. So we have somebody going out for work, visiting 3 locations along the way, and then finishing up at a final location. We can enter each of those stops along the way to calculate the full mileage for the whole trip. Then I'll add another destination there. And there we go. That will calculate the full distance in kilometres or miles. Once again, that is a preference that we can update. We can enter a rate per kilometre, once again in the currency we choose. Let's make that $1 per kilometre. Any tax will then show us our total. Date, once again, we can change that date. Our tag group. And once again, any notes. Once we're happy, once again, we simply click the tick button at the bottom of the screen there. Also, I do apologize if I'm looking down. This is the phone. And there we go. So I can see that one at the top again there. I can click into view or edit those details. I can add again, so if this is a trip that is being done often, I can add it in as the same, change the date of the notes or any information. And once again, I'll pop back into my approvals and approved, where I can revert that one or mark it off as paid. I'm just going to mark this one off as paid so we can see that. There's our notification again to let me know. Give that a moment. Okay. So from here, of course, we've now gone through submitting those expenses and mileage, approving them, marking them off as paid. We'll jump into our preferences. For our preferences, we'll click into our menu at the top there, where we have, again, those approvals and then our preferences. Within here, we can add our own custom categories like this very creative blah blah right here. We simply click on the plus button, give that category a name, and as an option, we can add in a nominal code if required, and accept to add that in as a custom category. All of the pre-filled categories will be listed here. We can go in again to add a nominal code or hide any of those that we do not want being selected. Say, for instance, accommodation was not an option for our reimbursements. We can simply come in to hide that one, save the changes, and that is now hidden. So it's visible to me as an admin, but for all employees and managers, they will not have the option to select. To turn that back on, I'll simply come in, click to show, and accept. Brilliant. You'll also notice at the top here, we have our currency, distance units, and rate. Each of these can be customized. So we can select kilometers or miles. The currency, we can select from the list or search from the bar. And we can have a default rate per kilometer. So if it will be the same rate regardless for everybody, we can pop that rate in there. So it will automatically go through at that rate for those kilometers when we enter in mileage. Once again, to save any of the changes, we just click the tick at the bottom. Popping back into the menu, again, you have your what's new for any updates to the system, but we'll be popping into get started just below there. I do recommend having a read through these, as they will take you through every detail of setting up and using your PoP app. So we've got how to approve, how to revert, how to change your preferences, customize your categories, add tags, export expense records, which we'll go into momentarily, use the built-in messenger, and what to do next. So these tips can be accessed at any point in time through your menu. All right. So lastly, on our app, before we head to the desktop version to view through there, you can export directly from the app. A little share button at the bottom there. We can click in to select all for that date range. We can select particular ones. We can also add them in from here. But to export that, I simply go tick and where I would like to send that to. So a fantastic option if you're on the go, but we will also now go into our desktop version to show you where you can access those to download those directly to your device as a CSV file. So we'll give that one moment while I switch those screens. Alrighty. Now once again, just let me know if you cannot see the bright dashboard being shared here. Currently moving my mouse in a circle. All right. So we're currently on our dashboard, our homepage for Bright HR. To access our reports, we can go in through reports on our side tab here. Well, we'll go for today into PoP. So we now have our desktop version. We can come in and select our date range. We can filter by employees, tag groups, and status. So we'll be able to view all of those through here. We can see any that have attached documents, their current status, who it was submitted by, and when. So we can see our office supplies down here. I can click into our edit buttons on the side to view claim, mark as paid, or revert pending, all from our desktop. I'll click into our view claim just there. That will show us our attached documents, the option again to revert to pending or mark as paid, and the details submitted. Brilliant. Now we can come in and export to CSV when we're ready. So click to export just there, and that will download to my device. Now I'll bring that one over and share that screen. Where we can now see our expenses list, type, status, category, tag, and so on. All of these details are pre-filled in for us, as well as a web link to the documents that were attached and our images. All right, we'll switch back to our desktop there. Brilliant. All right, does anybody have any questions at all? If you do, please pop them into the questions section just below. We'll give a few moments for anybody to pop any of those in. So if there is anything you'd like to see, anything you'd like to ask about, just let us know in the chat. For the recording of this session, that will come from GoToWebinar itself. You'll be able to access the recordings through there. Or as well, if you jump back on the registration link, there will be recordings pre-running each week now at the same date and time. Now as well, keep in mind if you do not have a question right now, but you happen to come up with one later, or you run into any issues and you need to ask for some assistance, keep in mind you can reach out to us anytime via phone or email. We'll be able to help you out through there. As well, you also do have your help option at the top of the page here on Bright. For any guides, videos, or frequently asked questions. Alrighty, we'll give that a few more moments if anybody has any questions. Okay, well, thank you everybody so much for jumping in. Once again, it's greatly appreciated. If you do have any questions or require any further assistance, please do reach out to us via phone or email. We're here to help. One of my lovely colleagues or myself will help you out. You can reach out anytime. Once again, thank you for your attendance, and check back in for any of our other webinars on all areas of the software and applications. Thank you so much. Goodbye.